Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be testing out the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid Foundation plus Hydrating Serum. So if you would like to see my thoughts in a 10-hour wear test, please keep watching. So I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like up close. There is no lid, which is a little weird, but at least there's a pump. So it is a glass bottle, and like I said, there is a pump. It just says Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid Foundation plus Hydrating Serum. I have the shade 40 Nude, and then that's basically all it says. Let me check this. Yep, that's it. There's no other information. So I'm going to go ahead and put my hair back and then prep my skin for this foundation, and while my primers really sink into the skin, then I can read you guys some more information about it. I just busted out my teddy bear headband that I found at Forever 21 a couple years ago. I love it. It's my favorite. It's crazy though that Christmas is already over because I feel like I just started using this and now it's time to get put away again. So I purchased my foundation from Walmart. I feel like Walmart is like the cheapest place to get any kind of drugstore makeup, and then maybe Target after that, but I feel like Rite Aid and Walgreens and CVS are probably like the most expensive places that you could pick up drugstore foundation, and then Ulta somewhere in between. But I guess, yeah, Walmart is definitely my favorite place to pick up drugstore makeup, but then they're also like always out of stock. So I don't know, it's kind of like a hit and miss. So I went ahead and went to the Maybelline website. This has 253 reviews. It has about 3.5 stars. This retails for $9.99, and it comes in 12 different shades. You get 1 fluid ounce, which is standard. This says Dream Satin Liquid Foundation plus Hydrating Serum delivers the look of completely poreless skin. So it says the benefits are achieve the look of completely poreless skin with a smooth airbrushed finish. It's lightweight and breathable. It has 16-hour wear, delivers a cake-free full coverage, and it's supposed to moisturize all day. Ideal for normal skin, suitable for sensitive skin. I have like, right now I'm like normal dry, but I don't really have any dry patches except like I am a picker, so I have a few red spots around here, and then definitely right here. I really need to stop picking. Like, it's such a bad habit. But that's all. That's just kind of like a skin update for you guys. It says apply to face and blend with fingertips, beauty sponge or foundation brush. Oh, I forgot to put on my primer. Normally I put on my primer and then I read you guys the information, and I totally just had a brain fart. I'm just going to use my trusty Laura Geller Speckle Hydrating Moisturizing Under Makeup Primer. This is my favorite. You guys are probably so sick and tired of me talking about it by now. I'm just going to apply that. I have yet to find a drugstore primer that is similar to that Laura Geller one, like just as good. And I haven't found a high-end primer that's just as good as well either, so it's definitely my favorite. For some added moisture, I'm going to go on top of that with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Rose 3-in-1 Primer Spray. Hopefully this shade is okay. Like, I feel like it matches my body, but it might be a little dark on my face. But I have yet, knock on wood, tried a foundation from Maybelline that I didn't love. There is not one foundation from Maybelline that I don't love, so I hope this is just as good. So as always, I'm going to do this side with a damp sponge and this side with a brush. So I guess we'll start off with, we'll see how runny it is. Oh, not a lot comes out. Let's do 3 pumps. It's kind of like a thicker, creamier consistency. It's not like runny at all. Ooh, it feels really smooth on the back of the hand. So again, this is in 40 Nude. Apply that, and I'm going to use my damp Wet n Wild sponge. Ooh, it feels really lightweight on the skin. And it said it was full coverage, so I guess we'll see. I'm getting kind of Maybelline Dewy Plus Smooth vibes. Okay, as you can see there, pretty much used, well, I did use all of 3 pumps on one side of my face, and I feel like I probably got like light to medium coverage. Let me look up close. Yeah, this is definitely not full coverage, but it does have like a nice satiny, I mean it's called satin liquid, but it has like a nice kind of like natural finish. I wouldn't necessarily say satin. When I think of satin finish, I feel like it should look kind of like velvety. I could be totally wrong, but that's like how I assume that it's gonna look. But this just looks like almost like a natural matte with a little bit of glow. I don't know, it's weird. So let's do the other side with 3 pumps. My broken Morphe brush that I love so much, I just need to get a replacement. But I feel like depending on how much coverage you want from this foundation and really the coverage, we'll see what the finish looks like. But if you just want to kind of neutralize redness, I think with a sponge and 3 pumps would be fine, and then just use a full coverage concealer, which is like my favorite way to apply foundation. That's my favorite way to do my base, is like a light, medium, more so light coverage foundation than full coverage concealer. But let's see what this looks like with a brush. So immediately I feel like it's drying down to like a natural satin finish, I guess you would say. This one looks more of like a velvety kind of airbrush finish with the brush. So you do get 2 different finishes depending on the tool that you use. So I don't know, I mean I kind of like both sides. It would just depend on how I was feeling that day, I guess, like what kind of finish I wanted. Get all these baby hairs out of the way. And it is blending out, seriously, like so easy. Okay, so that's a total of 6 pumps. Look again. So yeah, this side's just a smidge more dewier. This side is definitely more of a matte velvet, kind of moussey finish, I guess. I think though, I prefer the sponge side just because, like I said, my skin is a little bit on the dry side right now, and it said that it was ideal for normal skin. It didn't cover up that redness though, so for it claiming to be full coverage, I feel like 1 to 2 pumps should be full coverage, and I use 6, and I feel like I got light to medium coverage, like I didn't get full coverage at all. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's do, I guess, 3 more pumps. And I'm just gonna put it in the areas that I need the extra coverage, which is basically just the center of my face and where I pick and stuff, my nose. I guess I didn't really need 3 pumps. And I like too that, it drives me nuts when I get makeup underneath my fingernails. I like too that you can just twist the top and it locks, so that way you don't have to worry about it spilling or anything. So I like how the sponge looks better, so I'm gonna blend that out with the sponge. Let's see if we can build up this coverage. I do feel like it's oxidizing just a smidge. It's not super noticeable, but I can tell. Really need to cover that up. Okay, so 2 layers definitely gave me the coverage that I want. So it is buildable, and I do feel like I got full coverage in the areas that I added the additional product. I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more on my neck and on my jaw. It's like I feel like whenever I apply foundation on my neck, it always looks better with a brush. Like it never looks very good if I apply it with a sponge. It's like patchy, it's weird. So yeah, this looks pretty good. I don't mind it at all. I like it. It didn't go into my forehead lines, which is great. A lot of foundations like really go into those lines and it drives me nuts. So on my skin, I feel like I could probably get full coverage everywhere using about 6 pumps maybe, probably 5 if I use the same tool. So I think if I would have put 5 pumps of foundation on my face and used the sponge everywhere, I probably could have got full coverage. That seems like a lot though. Like I feel like if a foundation is going to claim that it's full coverage, like I said, you should only have to use like 1 to 2 pumps. like the Huda Beauty Faux Filter, that's just the first one that came to mind, is full coverage, and I need like one pump for my whole face. But not to say that I don't hate this foundation, because I actually like it, but you can see like it is a little bit darker than this. My arms and my legs and my stomach are all the same shade, but it's like my chest, like this, is always lighter. Like my chest always matches like my face and my neck, then the rest of my body will be like 2 shades darker. I don't know. So this is what my skin looks like up close. I guess I probably should have used a primer that was drugstore, since this is a drugstore foundation, so I apologize, but I'm going to try to keep the rest of the products drugstore. So let's go in with some concealer, and let's use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is in the shade 15 Fair. Then I'm gonna throw some cream contour on my nose real quick, because I've been wanting to try cream contouring my nose first before I apply the concealer, and I always forget, but I remembered. So I'm gonna use this Wet n Wild contour stick, and this is in the shade Oaks on You. Oaks on You. So I'm gonna blend out that concealer with this Morphe G38. This brush was part of their like gunmetal series. I don't even know if that exists anymore, but ooh, the concealer and this foundation look really nice together. Like they look like they're supposed to go together. Okay, that looks good. Let's cover up this disaster that I did to myself. And a little bit down here. I'm just gonna go over it with my sponge. Just gonna blend out that nose contour real quick. I mean, I honestly don't really see a big difference from me not putting concealer on my nose first and just doing the cream contour. Weird. So maybe that means I don't need concealer on my nose. Because sometimes when I cream contour my nose, like the foundation will kind of like pull off my nose and it'll be a little bit patchy. So I wonder if this whole time it's been like the concealer, like my nose doesn't like concealer or something like that. And it wasn't me trying to blend out the cream contour, and yeah, like maybe I just didn't need to put concealer on my nose this entire time. I'm like, my mind is like literally blown right now. I am gonna put just a little bit of concealer on my nose just to highlight it. Just a little bit. Not the biggest fan. I'm trying, okay, keep in mind, this is the first time I've tried to do it this way, so I'm sorry. I think it looks better blended out with a sponge. I guess we could use, I was gonna use the air spun, but I've been using that a lot, so let's use the Maybelline Fit Me powder. So I'm not trying to purposely use all Maybelline products, it's just so happens to be sitting here or whatever, and I already know I like this concealer with other things, even high-end products, so I think it's okay, right? I don't know. And then I already have used this powder so many times also with high-end products, so I'm not trying to say, oh, you have to use all these Maybelline products. It's just stuff I already like. So I'm going to take my damp sponge, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 05 Claire. I'm going to use that to bake my nose. I think I might try to use this to set my under eyes too. I don't think I've ever tried this powder for that. So let's try that. I'm just gonna go through real quick and get out these little tiny creases. It's not bad or anything, but I'm just gonna lightly set my under eyes with this. I don't know why I never thought to use this powder to set my under eyes. Probably because my under eyes are like super finicky and I never know what's gonna happen. But I've seen a ton of people use this powder to set their under eyes, and I never have, but like I think it looks really good, and because it's such a light shade, it really brightened up my under eye. This might be my new favorite. We'll see what happens after I'm done with my makeup, but this might be my new favorite kind of like brightening setting powder. I'm gonna set my chin. Let's brighten that up a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and set this too, which I probably shouldn't have set with a lighter powder because now I'm gonna bring more attention to the redness, but yeah, good thing I have bangs. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see. So this is my skin up close with the concealer and a little bit of powder under the eyes. It looks pretty good. Ooh, I'm actually like really sticky, so I'm gonna have to set my face too, but I'm gonna go in with the shade called 20 Light Medium to set the rest of my face. I'm gonna use this brush. This is a Morphe E1. Just gonna dip in there and set the rest of my face. I'm only gonna do a light layer of powder because I don't want to be like completely matte. I just want my bronzer and stuff to go on easy and not choppy. I'm gonna make sure to set my forehead kind of a lot though, because it drives me absolutely crazy when my bangs stick to my forehead because my foundation's like sticky, you know? And then I'm gonna set my jaw. This, I don't care how matte it is, but I just didn't want my face to look overly matte. I feel like my skin looks really airbrushed right now. Like, it looks amazing from a distance. Let's look up close. Wow, yeah, it looks really good with that foundation and the powder. Look how good this looks. I might have just, oh no, my neck. But I might have just found my new favorite foundation and powder and concealer. Look how good this looks. It looks so nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the call time now. Where's my phone? Oh, it is 1:33, so we'll just make the call time 1:30. I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup and then I'll come back and let you guys know how everything went on, what products I used, and what I'm thinking, but so far so good. Hey guys, so I'm back. I'm gonna let you guys know everything that I put on my face. So I just went ahead and used this trio for my bronzer, blush, and highlight. I forgot how much I love this, although I feel like the highlighter in this palette only looks good on the cheeks. Like, it doesn't really look good as an inner corner or a brow highlight. But anyways, this is the CoverGirl Peach Punch Highlighter Palette, and it's in the shade 100. I don't know if this comes in any other shades, but this is what it looks like. Such a pretty bronzer. This blush is like the perfect peachy kind of pink blush shade ever, and then the highlighter has like a pinkier, it's basically a highlighter version of the blush. Like, I don't know, hopefully that makes sense, but it is pink but with like a little bit of gold in it. It's gorgeous. But anyways, I use this for my face. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw the food coloring, but I stained my finger with food coloring when we were making sugar cookies. But anyways, to carve out my bronzer, kind of clean it up a little bit, I just went in with the, I don't know why I'm talking so weird, Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. And I just apply this with my damp sponge, let it sit for like 2 seconds, and then just lightly stipple it away, so that way I don't stipple all of it away, but it just blends out nicely, with still leaving a line but not like a harsh line. Then to set my face, this is a really good setting spray, but the nozzle sprayer thing is really aggressive. Like, I hold it all the way out to here and it is still aggressive. But this is the e.l.f. Dewy Setting Mist. It's not overly dewy, but it's not matte either. It's kind of like in between. I don't know. I like it. I just hate the sprayer on it. For my lips, I use the LA Girl Ultimate Lip Liner in the shade Keep It Spicy. Love this. It's so pretty. And then when I was on TikTok the other day, this girl was on there doing like different lip combos, and then she said this was her go-to, and I was like, man, I always forget about my NYX lip products. I have them all on my wall over here in like a acrylic nail polish storage thing that hangs on the wall, but I use it for my NYX products. But this is the NYX Butter Gloss, and it's in the shade Tiramisu. You guys, like, this has to live in my purse or on my desk. It's beautiful. It is the prettiest shade of pink. Like, this is like one of my favorite lip combos. Like, if I'm gonna do something like this, or like a full-on like really nude lip, you know, with like the brown lip liner and like a MAC Myth. But this is like my second favorite. So like a darker mauvey lip liner, and then usually like MAC Angel, and then color like this for a gloss. But yeah, love it. I think that's, oh, and then for my lashes, I used my L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise base. I feel like when I first bought this, I loved it, and now I'm just kind of like I want to use it up and not repurchase it type of thing. And then for mascara, I just use the CoverGirl Exhibitionist, and this is just regular, not waterproof. I chose to skip putting the mascara on my lower lash line because sometimes I just like the look of it just on my lashes and not on the lower lash line. So I skipped that today. For brows, I used my Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Blonde, and then I set them with my Essence Make Me Brow in the shade Blondie Brows. So I thought everything went on really nice. I'm really happy with how my makeup looks. I feel like it looks like really airbrushed. It doesn't feel heavy or anything like that, and it just looks really nice. Like, really nice. So I'm super happy with it. And then this is what my skin looks like up close. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys, and then I will be back in about 4 hours for my first check-in. Hey guys, so I'm back for my first check-in. It is 6:15. Sorry, I'm like running like, dang, like 45 minutes behind. I usually like to do 4 hours, 8 hours, and then the final 10 hours at the end. So like 3 different check-ins. But I started making dinner and then I just kind of like lost track of time. But I haven't really looked at it up close, so I'm about to do that now. My forehead still looks good. There's a little bit of shine coming through, but not like terrible or anything. All of this still looks really nice. It did start to go into my laugh lines a little bit, but I can kind of just blend those out with my finger. My nose still looks decent, I guess. And yeah, I think it's a really good foundation. It's just not like blowing me away by any means, and it's like so similar to their other foundations. I'm not like I'm gonna use it, and I would recommend buying it so far if you have normal to dry skin. It's just like it's too similar to their other foundations that I'm not like, oh my gosh, it's like a you need to go get it right now type of thing. But it does look really nice. So if you're someone like me who loves Maybelline foundations, I would definitely check this one out so far. But so far so good. I think it's gonna hold up pretty well for 10 hours. So here's what my skin looks like after, how long have I had this on? 1:30, 2:30, 2:30, almost 5 hours. So we're pretty much at the halfway point, and it still looks really good. Alright, so I'll see you guys back here for my 8-hour check-in. Hey guys, it is 9:16, so I'm back a little bit early for my 8-hour check-in, only about like 15 minutes, but I wanted to look up close again real quick and then see if I needed to powder, because you know sometimes when you start powdering, it's like you have to do it on the hour every hour, but sometimes you don't. So I definitely want to put a little bit of powder on my forehead. Everywhere else is fine, and I didn't realize like how much darker my face was in my body until I looked in the mirror. And I don't think it was the foundation. Like, I do think the foundation oxidized just a smidge, but like not really. I think it was that Maybelline powder because it was in the shade light medium. I feel like it made it darker. I probably should have used like a lighter powder, maybe like a translucent powder like the Coty Airspun, but my bad. So anyways, this is my favorite powder to kind of blot away the oil on my face. This is from Rimmel, and it's the Stay Matte Long Lasting Press Powder. I almost always use this in my foundation wear test. This is just in the shade Transparent. And I just tap the brush in there and then just tap it in the area that I need, which is always my forehead. but very rarely is it anywhere else. Sometimes like right here, but not really, and then my chin. But everywhere else, I'm just gonna lightly dab, but everywhere else is fine except for my forehead. I also want to try this new Revlon volcanic roller or something. I don't know. I saw it on Ulta. It was new, but it looks like a deodorant stick, kind of like a rolly ball on top of it. And I guess you can just like go like this over like the areas that you're oily, and it just takes it off without removing your makeup. I don't know. It's some kind of like wizard stuff, but yeah, I want to get it and try it out. So I'm just going to look up close again. So that looks good. It doesn't look cakey or anything where I put that powder. And everything on my face still looks the exact same from when I saw you guys at the 8-hour check-in. Or, I'm sorry, the 4-hour check-in. This is the 8-hour check-in. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. For 8 hours, and that powder, the Maybelline Fit Me powder that I use to set my under eyes, I told you guys I've never done that before. Like, my under eyes still look pretty good. Like, there's a little bit of creasing under my eyes, but I mean, that happens when I talk and laugh and, you know, whatever, and I'm doing this. But it's not terrible. Everything still looks really nice for 8 hours. So, I'm gonna jump off here, and then I'll see you guys in about 2 hours for my final check-in. Hey guys, so I decided to do my final check-in on my iPhone just so you guys could see like a different perspective, I guess, on my skin, and I'm not behind my like really nice camera and stuff. Like, I feel like iPhone has really good quality, but I feel like you could just see a little bit more. So I thought I would just show you guys what my skin looks like at the end of the day after I've had this on for 10 hours. I'm just gonna zoom in real quick. You can see there's like a little bit of creasing right around my mouth, and then a little bit of cakiness right here, but not terrible because I did have like a little bit of dryness right here from me picking. But also this foundation did say that it was meant for normal skin, and I have normal to dry. So in all my normal areas, it looks great, but these are the areas that are dry on me, which is always like right around here, which I don't know why, because I always put moisturizer there. So I don't know, but just wanted to give you guys my final thoughts on the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid. I think it's really good. I don't think it beat out the Maybelline Dewy Plus Smooth or the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. Those are so good. Even like the 24-hour foundation from Maybelline, like the full coverage one, like I like that one too, but that for like a full coverage glam, like I don't want anything to move. I feel like this is really similar to the Dewy Plus Smooth and the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. Like, if those two had a baby, it would be this almost, kind of. So if you really like those, I think you would like this, but me personally, I like those better. I don't hate this by any means. Like, I like it. I'll continue to wear it, but I like those way more. So just wanted to throw that out there. I don't think there's anything else about it. Did have to use a lot of pumps to get full coverage. I was trying to compare it to how many pumps I had to use if I was going to do a full coverage glam with the Matte and Poreless or the Dewy Plus Smooth, but it's hard to judge because you have to pour it out because there's no pump. So I don't know, but I feel like I have to use quite a bit of that to get full coverage. So it might be about the same with this one. So yeah, I think that's everything that I have to say about the foundation. As always, let me know if you guys have tried this out in the comments below, what your skin type is, how many pumps you had to use, like all the juicy details if you tried out this foundation. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this foundation first impression and wear test of the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid Foundation plus Hydrating Serum, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.